Latest update on the issues unfolding in Niger Republic and how it affects Africa. So, after putting a call across to Nigeria's president, the U.S. Secretary of State, Blinken, has sustained his pressure on the Nigeria's President Tinubu to ensure that Bazoum, the ousted Niger Republic president, is released. They also want democratic rule restored, which means Bazoum restored to power. But what we hear more frequently now is him released. Everyone is seeking his release, especially those puppet countries who are still loyal to the Western neo-colonialists. All negotiations at this time revolve around releasing him even before anything else. Now the question is, why is it so? Okay, remember that the proxy war machine was already oiled and ready to rumble. Our ECOWAS folks were sure they were going to strike. Everything was moving smoothly, despite the opposition and stiff resistance from Africans. The pressure from the West was enormous and unbearable. So, they had no choice than to move in, which is against the will of most African nations. But then, something happened. The coup plotters threatened to kill Bazoum and his family. It was at this point that their blood immediately ran cold. Instantly, all parties were advised to stay calm. Now, why would this be a problem to the West? Why has Bazoum suddenly become more important to the West than even the natural resources in Niger Republic? And here is the reason. Bazoum happens to be the arrowhead of every single deal Western powers made with Niger Republic and other African states, and he is equally in the center of so many future deals. There are operations that will naturally end or perish over his absence. He is like a token with which you unlock countless past, present and future deals. And there was no handover or transfer of information before he was removed from office and detained. None of his Western partners has been allowed access to him. If anything happens to him, those deals are no longer in existence. Him being alive is the essence of everything. And the coup plotters knew this, which is why they are doing what they are doing, obviously in the interest of the people in Africa at large. That's why everything now revolves around Bazoum release. And the West will quietly pressure different economic communities on the continent to band together to ensure his release. No wonder the media is now beginning to report that the coup plotters are using Bazoum as a bargaining chip. Well, that's right, and they have a very good reason to do so. Because, as long as he's in captivity, nothing will work for the collective West, France, EU, US, especially with respect to uranium, Trans-Saharan pipeline and so on. Without his release, the West will literally start over again from ground zero, which will be very good for the people of Niger Republic, and all well-meaning African nations. Bazoum is their human token, and they will do whatever it takes to see him released. That's why the coup plotters would want to use him as a bargaining chip, and that's why you hear things like he will be charged for high treason and so on. This guy called Bazoum is in the center of a huge and deadly political game that, if not handled carefully, could end in regrettable fatalities. Today, the Economic Community of Central African States, ECAS, under the chairmanship of the Gabonese president, has thrown their weight behind Mr. Tinubu and the ECOWAS region, and reiterated their commitment to join ECOWAS in their efforts to restore democratic rule in Niger Republic. These are significant undertones of action that is now stayed because of Bazoum. Hopefully, we can think past Bazoum's rescue and reach a concrete and abiding resolution that reestablishes and reaffirms Africa's supremacy over any third party on treasures that are ancestrally ours, whether Bazoum is released or not. The will of the people must be respected. Africa will win. Africa will be free. Biafra will be free. The time is now. God bless the United States of Africa and all indigenous people of Africa. God bless Biafra, and God bless Russia.